We're back at St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center, and wow, looking around, it is beautiful. Your lawn, however, might not be the same. Carla joins us once again to explain how we can make sure our lawn is pristine and ready for anyone who comes by.
We're going to try. Spring is here, and we need to get into our yards to start that little tidy up. So this is the time of season where we're going to be looking at things and saying, okay, what do I do? How do I get going?
How do we start?
Well, the first thing we want to do is, if your lawn is still really soggy and wet, stay off of it, because by walking on a wet lawn, we're actually causing compaction, and we don't want it compacted, because all that heaving and frosting and lifting is actually opening up air spaces, which is good for lawn growth, root growth, which is what we want. So stay off until it's really dry.
That's why I got yelled at as a kid.
Oh,
stay off my lawn.
Stay off the lawn.
It was the growth. It was the growth they were worried about.
Well, what you can do is, from a distance, clean up those leaves, clean up the garbage if you can't get in there. But when you start getting onto the lawns, yes, you can start doing a little bit of thatching and raking. If you're wanting to do a little bit of a lighter raking, that's on through here. We have a light rake that you can go through for, pulling and backing forward. This is going to help you to give a good lift. Now, if you find that your lawn is a little bit more mature and you have a heavy thatch that's underneath, and that's the heavy dead stuff that's underneath it, then we get sort of the big boy out.
Oh, wow.
Where it gets into it, and you can see where the tines are in there, that you're actually going to hear a little bit of a, it almost sounds like a little bit of a ripping effect, but that's when you're getting that deep thatch out underneath. Okay, and a couple things that we may be looking at when you're looking at your lawn is, okay, the number one thing is, I've got spots in my yard, and it's pet spots. What do I do to, it's almost like these UFO circles that are all over the lawn. So there's a way that you can help to remedy those. Dolomite lime. It helps to neutralize those spots. So after you've done your thatching and remove some of that dead material that's on your grass, do an application of dolomite lime on top of it, and then you can use Easy Seed. And Easy Seed is pre-coated, almost, it's got all the little coatings, it's got a little bit of peat base that's on there that coats it. You can shake some grass onto that, and you'll see that you'll get some new growth that's on it, okay? After your thatching is done, if you're also wanting to do top dressing, and this is where you want a thicker lawn, is by putting down a basis, and I like putting down a little bit of a bank of peat moss on top of my freshly thatched lawn, and doing an application of grass seed. Now, grass seed, we can talk about all that. Generally, you're going to look for ones that, probably if you're a city lot, you're going to look for one that is an all-purpose, which has a good blend of your creeping fescues, your rye, and your Kentucky blues. Now, once you've hit to a totally different stage, that's when we get into fertilizer, but we could leave that for later. Kenny asked why clover. And clover is also another trend that's been happening for a number of years, is if you want a little bit lower maintenance, you can apply some clover, let it creep, and you've got that greenness.
That greenness and the most beautiful lawn in town. You're gonna have to stop by St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center.
Get Growing, brought to you by St. Mary's Nursery and Garden Center. Get a lush yard and garden, thanks to expert advice from gardening professionals.